Hey guys, this is George with Firehouse Music, and today I want to talk to you about something that I think gets in the way of a lot of people taking up an instrument, and that is the concept of talent. And I think that's a concept that's overrated. If you go around YouTube and you watch people playing guitar, or whatever instrument, piano maybe, and you see these amazing performers, a lot of people think that that's the result of some innate talent that they don't have, and they don't realize the amount of hours that that person has put into that particular instrument. There's a concept that says that you need to put in, I think it was Malcolm Gladwell that coined it, I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but that you need to put in 10,000 hours into something to gain a level of proficiency, and that can be extremely overwhelming for a beginner. But if you realize that it takes that much time to do something, then you might decide like, well, it's okay if I'm a beginner and I'm struggling right now. I just need to keep putting in work. And that's the other thing that I think is more important. Hard work will always trump so-called talent. And don't get me wrong, there are some people who are talented and they have a little bit of an edge at the beginning. But what I find as a teacher is that a lot of times those students struggle a lot at the mid-level and the advanced levels, because they hit that wall where it doesn't matter how talented you are, you have to put in effort in order to cross over. And because they've had it so easy, they didn't have to struggle like the non-talented person had from the beginning. They're not used to putting in that work. They don't have the work ethic. Now, if you have somebody who's both, they have the aptitude and they're putting in the work, well, those are the guys that become elite performers. But you shouldn't let your initial makeup to stop you from taking up the hobby that you want to do. You know, if it's playing a musical instrument, you shouldn't let that stop you. Instead, be patient. Don't quit. And just continue showing up. Just show up, keep doing your practice, keep coming into lessons if you are taking lessons, keep putting in the effort daily. Consistent effort compounds like interest. So if you do a little bit, 20, if you're doing it twice a day, even 15-minute sessions every day, over time, over the years, that's going to compound. And so it's not a linear progression, but it actually becomes exponential. The effects of that effort are actually exponential as opposed to just linear. So that's why, plus you get momentum, and you may end up practicing more, and you reach that next level. So that's very it's a very important and an overlooked thing sometimes from the student's perspective. So what to do when you are faced with a problem that you can't, or seemingly you can't solve? It's too big, it's overwhelming. What do you do? Well, usually when a problem is overwhelming, and that's the importance of a teacher, is that we are able to look at things and break them down for you. But if you don't have that, what you need to do is you need to look at the problem and see if you can divide it into multiple small problems that you can then solve sequentially. And by the way, this is not strictly towards music lessons or guitar or anything like that, or piano, or but it applies to just about any problem that you may have, or any goal that you set for yourself. If you want to lose weight, that's the same thing that happens. People, they go too hard at the beginning. That's something else, right? If you practice like 3 hours because you're excited, that's awesome. But then you feel like you have to maintain that. And sometimes it's not sustainable if you have a job and you have all these other responsibilities, maybe school, and you feel like, man, I'm not putting in the 3 hours, so I just won't do anything. And then you lose momentum real quick, you end up quitting. A much better way would be for you to commit to something small, something that's reasonable, 15, 20 minutes, once a day or twice a day if you have it, and then just do that. Talent is not important. Hard work always trumps talent. Consistent effort compounds like interest. And small but permanent changes to your routine, i.e. a change that allows you to practice every day, are going to be the things that are going to determine whether you're successful at reaching your goal, more so than your talent. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, don't forget to subscribe on the button down there. See you later.